Yeah. What's going on, people? People wanted it, so now they gonna get it. All right, I'm just gonna get right into it. So this is a story of the first fight I've ever gotten into. And for those of you that know me, you know that I'm not really a fighting guy. I'm a happy guy. I'm always joking around. So for me to get in a fight, you would have to do something that's unthinkable and unforgettable. All right, now here's the story. So this dates back to when I was in the 5th grade. And for the 5th grade year, I was actually living in Florida with my mother. So it's around Christmas time. To be exact, it was the day after Christmas. And my mother had gotten me this remote control car. I've been hoping and praying and wishing for this remote control car for the entire year. This was one of the fastest remote control cars at the time, and I just needed it. I needed it. So on Christmas Day, I opened my gift, and it's the remote control car. You can imagine my excitement. I'm jumping off walls. I'm ready to get outside and go play with this. But I'm like, all right, let me chill. Let me not be too crazy. I'll wait till the next day. So like I said, I was living in Florida, and it was kind of like an apartment complex, and there were a lot of kids around my age in that area. So when I went outside, I saw all the other kids playing with their remote control cars and whatever other toys they got for Christmas. All right, so this other kid, he had another remote control car, which wasn't anywhere near as fast as mine. So, you know, your boy was bragging a little bit, you know. I was happy. I was super. I had it. But this dude, he still wanted to race remote control cars. So I'm like, all right, I'll smoke him real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So in the apartment complex, there's a long strip. And on there's just a whole bunch of cars parked on either side. But in the middle, cars don't really come around there too much. So we usually play out there. All right, so me and this kid, we line up at the end of the strip and we just get it moving. We had this race and I smoked him like I said I was gonna do. Oh boy, this dude was salty. He wanted to give back the gift. He didn't want that no more, but he was still playing with it, whatever. We out there having a good time. So like I said, we're all in 5th grade, but there is this 8th grader that usually comes around. He's a little small for the 8th grade. He was around our size, but he was kind of a bully and nobody really liked him. So he comes over by us and he asked me if he could use my remote control car. And at the time I was real innocent and I was souped. I ever had it. So I'm like, sure, why not? I got the wealth. Let's share the wealth with the people, right? Wrong. Because he had so much malintent on that remote control car. He was mad he ain't getting nothing for Christmas, literally nothing. He the only one that came outside empty-handed after Christmas. So he took the controller to the remote control car, and I'm kind of soup because this is gonna be the first time I'm seeing the car move from a different angle. So I really get to see how fast it's going. So I'm standing all the way at the end of the strip, right? And I'm waiting for him to move the car to me, right? So right before he does anything, he yells from across the strip. He said, yo, this that fast car, right? This the fastest this year, right? I'm like, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And like I said, I was just soup. So I had no idea what angle he had, what he was trying to say. But immediately after I answered him, he said, not no more, boy. So it took a couple seconds to process what he had just said. And then I see him start moving this remote control car, and he rams it straight under one of these cars in the parking lot. So I sprint down this strip, and I'm trying to check on the condition of my remote control car under this real car now. So I pull it from under the car, and the antenna is broken on my car. So I snatched the controller from this dude, and I'm trying to move my car now. It's not even moving. It's doing this little like jerk kind of thing. It's not working anymore. This dude was dying. Like, this was the funniest thing he ever saw in his life. Meanwhile, my face is just like... So everybody knew how much I was talking about this car, and everybody that was not involved in this, all my other friends, they were just looking like... So they already knew how I felt. And without any hesitation, no thought, no nothing, I took the controller, I took the remote control car, I got up and I walked to my house. I walked in the door, my mom like, "Hey, how'd you like the car?" I was like, "It was fun. I'll be right back." I set everything down, walked back out my house. Now this dude, he lives all the way across the strip. We just so happened to live on either end of the strip. So he had already went home. Most of my friends went home, but obviously I'm feeling some type of way. So I'm walking all the way down this strip and I go to his door. I knock on his door. This man opens his door and he's still laughing. And he's laughing even more because I'm at his door right now. Okay. Yo, I said no words. I yoked this dude up and slammed him in front of his house. Now his door's still wide open, and I'm just in front of his house wailing on him. It's funny. It's funny. Like when I told y'all I was going in, I was going in. And then his father came out. Now, I feel like his father at first didn't really know what to do in this situation because his son is just getting wrecked right in front of his house, and he was kind of just standing there like this. But after he came to his senses, he was like, what are you doing? Get off my son, get off my son. I'm gonna call the police." And police was the magic word, because after that, I came to my senses. I'm done wrecking his son, and I ran. I went straight home. I didn't want no problems. So I left. I go back home, and I must have had a smile on my face because my mom was like, "Oh, I guess you did have a lot of fun today." I was like, "Yeah, I sure did. I sure did." Under normal circumstances, I would say fighting might not be the resolution to any problem. But for some reason that day, something overcame me, and that was a perfect solution because he got wrecked. I felt better. It is what it is. But one thing I didn't know was as I was walking down the strip before I got to his house, all my friends, all my boys, they were in their apartments looking out their window. They can see both my door and his door from their windows because they were in the middle of the strip. So they watched the entire thing. So behind the scenes, something else happened that I didn't ever realize. I got a new nickname that day. Starting the very next day, everybody started calling me Debo. But in all this, there is a lesson to be learned. Don't take off the wrong people, because you never know what's going to happen.